Hey, Bougie Gang, what's going on? Hey, friends, what's everybody eating for lunch? It's 12:30 here in the East Coast, so we are definitely in the lunch hour. What's going on, guys? DMV, thank you for getting here first. Nesto's Handy Girl, Blue Bear, what's going on? Hey, everybody. What's going on, guys? I wanted to talk about what happened over at Rihanna's house yesterday. I'm sure you guys heard about it, and if you have not, y'all, there was a crazy lady out in the streets of Los Angeles, I think with like an AK-47 and baby shooting at them folks' house. Okay? Now, I don't know how she found their house, but it is not. I think you pay, I don't know how much you pay, but I'm sure I maybe 10, $20 and you can get like a celebrity map. They used to have celebrity tours. I think there's still like that TMZ tour. You can take a bus around parts of, Beverly Hills, and it's like a tour bus. And remember TMZ had basically like a 30-minute, kind of the tour bus traveling around parts of Beverly Hills. People know where people live. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not, I guess if anybody wants to live in secret, I guess they just do, but there are, I don't know that it was a secret. I'm sure if they have to make some changes now, maybe it will be. I don't know, or just someplace that's a little harder to get into. Um because there are like neighborhoods inside of gated neighborhoods. So it could be where they are in some more of a more secluded or some sort of more protected enclave where it's more protected. Anyway, yeah. And not to say that people don't like it. I mean, normally I think it's probably harmless. It's probably safer to have a group of people in a tour bus rather than onesie twosies and people getting the notion to get out their car and walk around and see if they can find somebody on a tour bus. um it's more like, oh, look, that's the home of so and so. That used to be, let me tell you the history of this home. It's more of a little educational, but yeah, oh, Tom Cruise lives there now, you know what I mean? This celebrity, that celebrity, blah, 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 and then now, yeah, that's one of so, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's a fascination for people who are into that. um I'm not hot or cold about that. If that's an interest to go see celebrity homes, those are things people do. Okay. Let me see what you guys are saying. So you guys are dropping your lunches. I just had a pink lady apple, a pretty decent size apple, but I'm still hungry. So let's talk about this and let's go on and get through Mediterranean, eating Mediterranean right now, which could be anything. Okay, olives, feta cheese, like what's Mediterranean? What, sir? Mediterranean what? Okay. Jambalaya, what's going on, Mr. Dennis? What's going on? Word on the street is, oh, of course. Girl, do you imagine someone driving down your street? Hold on, let's get a visual, okay? Do you imagine someone going down your street and opening fire with a automatic or semi-automatic weapon? Brr, brr, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the babies are running around having a good time, living their life in their beautiful home, and brrr is going on outside. Are you kidding? Like, oh my God. I would have been ready to go. I mean, obviously this is an isolated incident. Seems like because this lady is cuckoo. Um, so it's more than likely an isolated incident, but now you have, remember the time that Chris Brown Was it that he came home? It happened a couple of times. I'm sure there's plenty of stories of this, but Chris Brown had a stalker for a minute. There was a girl who was like hiding in his shower. There, I don't know if it's the same person, but I think he woke up, somebody was like in the house, and they were just like, they were saying that that she was his girl, like she was saying she was his girlfriend. It was like, we don't know you. I mean, there's so many weird stalkerazzi or stalker type things that happen. It's bad. So these a lot of these celebrities go through things we don't even know about, as far as odd, life-threatening occurrences. But this lady is really seems deranged. Let's get into a couple of videos to see what's what, if you hadn't seen this yet, but her Facebook is off the chain. Also, it's been alleged, which I can believe it. I haven't gone all the way up into Orange County. She's from Orlando, Florida area, but there was something on TMZ. Her husband, her ex-husband, was interviewed by TMZ, and they said she was Baker Act, which Baker Act is like a 72-hour psychiatric hold, and she also lost custody. I don't know if that's what set her off too. I mean, that is for 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 a custodial parent to lose custody of their child. I think that is enough to make someone go crazy, but I don't know if that's what it was. You know what I mean?
That is the scary dispatch.
Hold on.
Shooting just occurred. 10 gunshots fired from the vehicle.
That is the scary dispatch audio obtained by Extra just after a woman, now charged with attempted murder, shot up the pop superstar's $14 million mansion.
I believe the shots came from across the street.
Extra has learned Rihanna was inside the 7,600 square foot home in the hills above Beverly Hills just after 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon, but was not hurt. The shooting sparking a massive police response to the area. 30-year-old Ivanna Ortiz, who has been identified in multiple reports as this woman seen on her Facebook page, allegedly fired the shots from an AR-style rifle, then sped away in a Tesla. A chopper pilot describing the moment she was captured.
They're approaching the vehicle now.
Her bail is set at more than $10 million. So what could possibly have been the motive behind the shooting?
She apparently had a vendetta against her and then took it out on her Sunday afternoon.
We spoke with Daily Mail senior correspondent Kayla Brantley.
On February 23rd, she took to Facebook to share a message directly targeting Rihanna. She captioned the photo, "Because I was waiting for you to say something directly instead of sneaking around."
The site has also uncovered Ortiz's criminal past. She had been arrested in 2023 on domestic violence charges. As of our deadline, we do not know the outcome of those cases.
Hi, I'm Ivanna, and I am reading poems from Bright Poems for Dark Days.
Ivanna also has this
She
YouTube page where she offers prayers and reads poetry.
Tomorrow will be beautiful.
Oh, well, we'll have to go give her a view. This is not funny at all, but thank God the couple, the family, and all of the children, any staff, anybody, thank God nobody was hurt, period. Anybody on the property, the family, the children, obviously pets, everybody seems to be safe. That could have been a major catastrophe. She was just blowing. She was just popping off.
Beautiful for tomorrow comes out of the lake.
She's done though. She's done, because I'm sure there's got to be some video on the street. I'm sure there's something. The Tesla, she was driving a Tesla, and the Tesla's always recording. And if you remember, what was it, 6-8 months ago, ASAP Rocky had his situation with the gun. Remember that situation he was going through? And it was like facing up to like damn 20 years in jail. This lady going up to a home where nobody knows you, no one's requested you. You're a victim of your own imagination, and you're out here shooting at people's homes. There are children, there are adults, and there are people in the house that do not know you, and you have left a trail of vendetta all over the social media. This should be, outside of the fact that she might be crazy, she still might be competent enough to stand, in her own defense. So, but she's definitely going to be in jail for a long time. Anyway, let's finish this.
But right around the same time she allegedly threatened Rihanna, she also posted this to Facebook.
You can't with me, Cardi B. You're supposedly busy right now.
It is in direct contrast.
Girl, she is competing out here. What does she think she is? Does she think she is a pop princess? What is wrong with her, y'all?
Everything you see on her YouTube page as this woman of God, and then you go on her Facebook, and suddenly it's just filled with hate.
As for Sunday's incident, it's not clear whether Rihanna's partner A$AP Rocky and their 3 kids, RZA, Riot Rose, and 5-month-old Rocky, were inside.
Oh, the babies are amazing.
They had just gushed over their little ones with extra.
They're all getting bigger, and I cannot take it.
I'm surprised that the older two getting along as much as they are, Happy family. Thank you.
This isn't the first incident at the Disturbia singer's home.
It's a thief in the night.
Girl, we can't do the copywritten music, but
Someone broke into the mansion and was inside for about 12 hours.
wait, now what happened? Someone broke into the house? Hold up.
Back in 2018, someone broke into the mansion and was inside for about 12 hours until he was discovered by her assistant. Later that year, burglars made off with unspecified items, part of a celebrity crime ring that was later busted by cops.
Do you imagine your house is so big, which I guess it could happen in any size home. You could have someone in there and not know. But you have someone in the house, and 12 hours later, you discover that somebody's in the house playing. Oh my God.
As of our deadline, no motive for the shooting had been revealed.
Baby, there would have been some slow singing. What is it? Some slow singing and something if my burglar alarm starts ringing. Okay. Baby, no. No.
A wild story, not what you expected to hear waking up this morning. Rihanna's Beverly Hills home was reportedly shot at.
Girl, slow singing and flower bringing if my burglar alarm starts ringing, okay? All you heard was Papa don't hit me no more, okay? You in the house like that, it's on. It's going to be on. It's going to be bad.
Over the weekend, shots allegedly fired while the singer was inside her home at the time, making all of this even scarier. So Gigi Graciette has been following the story, and she is joining us with the latest on this investigation. So Gigi, thank you so much for being on with us. This is, by all accounts,
That
crazy.
sounds good.
It sure is, especially when you consider this happened in broad daylight in a very private, secluded neighborhood. Things like this just don't happen here, as neighbors will tell you. We start off, though, with breaking news because the Los Angeles Police Department has just identified the woman they have arrested and charged with attempted murder. She is 35-year-old Ivanna Ortiz, and she is behind bars this morning. Her bail set at over $10 million. And we're in the Beverly Crest neighborhood. If you're familiar with Los Angeles, this is between the San Fernando Valley and Beverly Hills. And we're right outside Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's home. And you may be able to make out there, this is the white gate outside the home. There's some white tape that now is covering 5 bullet holes. And this was just 5 of the...
Did they say bullet holes? Okay. They said, can you please cover up the bullet holes? That's terrible.
gunshots because she reportedly fired up to 10 gunshots, and some may have actually gone over that wall and pierced the house. We are waiting for police confirmation on that. But the neighbors here, they all heard it. It was about 1:20 yesterday afternoon when the suspect, now identified as Ivanna Ortiz, pulled up to this neighborhood in a white Tesla with paper plates, and from her car began shooting at the house. And just like that, she flipped a U-turn and left. But LAPD, they had their helicopter up. Neighbors quickly looked at their surveillance cameras. They were able to tell LAPD exactly the make and model of the Tesla that she was driving. They found her in the San Fernando Valley. She headed to a shopping center. That's where she pulled into the parking lot, and they took her into custody. The LAPD telling us they did find an assault-style rifle inside that Tesla. One thing they're not saying, though, is what, if any, connection Ortiz has to Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. Was she targeting them for some reason? Now, of course, we're working to get more information on the suspect. There is word that she may be from across the country. She may not even live here in Los Angeles, but it is very telling that they booked her, the LAPD did, for attempted murder. Her bail set at $10,225,000. Again, she's 35 years old, Ivanna Ortiz. A lot of unanswered questions and a lot of shattered nerves in this neighborhood. And we can only imagine how Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, parents to 3 small children, must feel today.
Yeah, I mean, you're so right about that. Has rattled the community. Thank you so much for sharing that breaking news. So important to know that the woman police say is responsible for this has been arrested. So I'm so glad you were able to bring us that news. You know, we heard earlier from neighbors there in the neighborhood, and I'm not very familiar, but I imagine this is a safe neighborhood where this is not something that happens all the time. They were extremely rattled by what happened. So, I mean, let's hear it from you. You're there right now. I mean, this seems very quiet, very nice. You know, you see a gate around the home, not a neighborhood where you expect something like this to happen.
What neighborhood? I'm sorry. People are so weird. Even in, look, what neighborhood do you expect for someone to pull up and start with an AK, whatever it was, with an assault style weapon? Who expects that in their neighborhood? I don't care what neighborhood you live in. Nobody expects someone to pull up and start blasting. Okay? I don't care if you have a gate, you got a guard, or you live in a shack. Nobody expects to have that type of an assault on their home. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we, I mean, it's like, I don't understand. Some of these newscasters are just, it's like, Lord, can you write a script or something? Because the freestyle is terrible. Just not even I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter where you live. Nobody expects that unless you live in a war zone. Okay.
That's right. And as one neighbor told us, this could have been so much worse. We know that's a cliche, but we're talking about Sunday afternoon, 1:20 in the afternoon. Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, their parents to 3 small children. One of them, of course, a baby, but the 2 children, they could have been playing in the front yard. This is a neighborhood of multi-million-dollar mansions. They are all gated. They have a lot of shrubbery and foliage in front, so you can't even see the house from the street. It is a small street off of a bigger street, which is Coldwater Canyon. If you're familiar again with LA, we have these canyon roads that lead from the San Fernando Valley to the west side. And Coldwater Canyon, you can travel from the valley to Beverly Hills. And this home is sort of in between Beverly Hills and the San Fernando Valley. So a very exclusive neighborhood, not a high crime area, but Rihanna unfortunately has been the target. She's been targeted by burglars who broke into another home she had here in Los Angeles. She's been targeted by stalkers. One of them actually made his way onto another property that she had here. And now this shooting. You can only imagine how her nerves must be rattled.
Yeah.
I mean, after all, she's a superstar. She's a businesswoman, but ultimately she's a mom. And she's got 3 small children to worry about. So we can only imagine how she feels today.
Yeah, certainly glad that they are okay after all of this, but
I cannot. That's terrible. Yeah, okay. So I pulled up. Let me see. I haven't seen. They said it's attempted murder charges. I do see the booking. The booking is right here. Ivanna. Let's see. Her booking number. Let me grab that. I don't know if I can. The LA website is so weird to look up cases, but we'll see if we can find it. Ivanna Ortiz, Lizette, Okay, charged felony, 5'3", whatever. We do see the bond. The bond is right here, 10,225,000. What's today's date? So they have an arrest date of the 8th. Well, booked it on the 9th yesterday. We'll have to look it up on the LA website, the case information. Case number. All right. I didn't get that far with it, but I did look that up. That's at the LA Sheriff's Department. Hold on. Let's go to the YouTube page. Girl, this is always a key. Let's see. Now, she was talking about Rihanna when? Let's see. Girl, this is her YouTube page. Ivanna Ortiz. Ivanna's Human. Her YouTube page is at Ivanna's Human. It's like Miss Waller. Ma'am, what's going on? Okay. Let's see. Where's the one where she was? All right, we're going to come back to this. She's got a ton. Ma'am has been posting her content. Girl, she's kind of like a little bit of a Bible lady. Look at that. She's going through her Bible. But ma'am is, look at that. Okay. Is this the one where she was talking about Rihanna? Hold on. Oh.
Never comes to an end. The Lord's day never comes to an end. I'm Christ-minded. Right, we'll get you some hydrocortisone concerns.
Okay, hold on a second. Let's find where she was actually talking. Okay, let's look at this video really quick. This one's on TMZ's website. Let's go over here real quick because we don't have time. We don't have time to figure it out. We have to find the videos.
That's why you got Rihanna over there all jealous. Because how am I? Because her faith is the devil. Rihanna's faith is the devil. Okay? I don't like her, and she's always trying to steal from me. And she has not ever put out any music to reach people. She only did her little music thing so that she can do witchcraft. And so that she can steal from people. So everybody, please, don't listen to her. Don't follow her. Don't give that girl any air, space, or time. Because
Girl.
she's stealing from you. Okay? She's stealing from you. So you guys need to wake up and don't give that girl any attention. They want to come over here and steal my thoughts. But baby, I am over your head. I am intelligent. I'm intelligent to know that when I go to school, what matters is that you do your homework. I don't even got to be talking about my levels in math and calculus. Okay?
My God. Okay. It's like, ma'am, what were you just talking about? Okay. Let's great come back. Okay, so they're saying on TMZ, a woman accused of shooting Rihanna's home on Sunday seems to have shared multiple videos making incoherent accusations concerning the singer, even what will happen when Rihanna passes, according to her. So, watch the clip in a YouTube post January 4th. Oh, that's when that's from? Okay, hold on a second. January 4th. Gosh, she's like January 4th. Is that this right here? Wow. She's I guess they're going to have to talk to her and find out what her mental state is. I mean, clearly something is wrong, but if she is there are people who just she might be off her meds. Maybe she is supposed to be on some sort of medication and she's opted out. You know what I mean? She's doing some sort of journal and it has triggered something. Now, if the obviously it's not the journal, it's her, but clearly something is off. Um let's see. It's these wigs too. I'm sure she's happy to find out now people are actually like, "Girl, your YouTube channel is popping now. People are actually over here." Let's see. Okay, is it this one? All right, just one second, guys. Hold on a second. Is this okay? Check this. This is on her Facebook page. Hold on.
I did what I did and I did it. I did what I did and I did it. I did what I did. You didn't don't. You didn't did. You didn't did. You didn't did. I did what I did. I did what I did and I do it again. I did what I did and I did it again. I did what I did. I did what I did. I did it again. Bo, bo, bo. Didn't don't. Didn't don't. Didn't don't. Don't. Bo, don't.
Oh my God. Okay, we got to check the comments.
I did what I did and I did it. I did what I did and I did it. I did what I did. You didn't don't. You didn't did. You didn't did. You didn't did. I did what I did. I did what I did and I do it again. I did.
Someone said you sure did. You sure did. They said, "Oh my." You know what this is reminding me of? This is giving Afeni Muhammad. This is giving a little bit of Afeni Muhammad, but thank God she did not kill anybody. Unfortunately, Afeni Muhammad killed her manager at work. This is someone who is having delusions, and she's having delusion. She's in a delusional state, and she's angry. She has worked up in her mind some beef. Oh, hey, little Mammy Waller. Hey, boo. Did you hear us say bullet holes? Okay. There's some bullet holes outside of Rihanna's house. Okay. Girl, it's a mess. Hold on a second.
I did what I did and I did it. I did what I did and I did it. I did what I did. You didn't don't. You didn't did. You didn't did. You didn't did. I did what I did. I did what I did and I do it again. I did what I did and I did it again. I did what I did. I did what I did. I did it again. Bo, bo, bo. Didn't don't. Didn't don't. Bo, don't. I did what I did and I did it. I did what I did and
Okay, I'm done. All right. Hold on. I'm trying to find that January 4th video because TMZ mentioned it, so it has to be something. Wait a second. She's got a post on here. Also, many dead woes also canceled. Hold on. She's canceling Kim Kardashian, Kris Jenner, Khloe Kardashian, Mariah Carey, and Ariana Grande are canceled. Is that what she's saying? Hold on.
so many dead wolves.
Oh.
Heads dropped. So many dead. So many heads dropped. So many hacks hit. You can catch that.
So she's doing violent music against celebrities. Something is wrong with her. Hold on. We'll have to listen. I'll drop the link if you want to go listen to it, but we're not going to play it because I'm sure it's not copywritten, but we're not taking any chances. This woman is bananas. Okay. Meanwhile, she is working her way through a devotional. Why can't I seem to find this damn date? Hello? I did what I did and I did it. I did what I did and I did it. I did what I did and I did what I did and I did what I did and I did it. Okay, let me stop. Okay, I think we're getting close. I cannot click on the right date to save my life. Okay, is this it? She's just posting every damn day. Okay, so maybe this is it. Shit, it's the 5th. Okay. Yo, I don't even know which one to click on anymore. Okay, the 40th day, so it must be day. Her fucking days are out of order. How did you even do that?
Energy has been very, but I'm telling you, I've had an amazing day. I don't know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit Himself. And I want to take my time with it because this is real. And this isn't just, oh my gosh, let me make this song and put it out real quick and do something just to blah, blah. No, this is something that really matters to me and I'm going to do it. I want to record a song. And I have 3 different versions of the way that I want to record it. I'm going to sing it in my own voice. I'm going to sing it with the voice in the song and then the voice in the other version of that same song. Something like that. Okay, my voice, his voice, and then our voices. No. My voice alone. Then my voice with his voice. And then my voice with the.
Okay, now what did they say? They said, watch a clip from the YouTube video posted January 4th. Ivanna Ortiz clutches a praying woman's journal and appears to accuse Rihanna of trying to kill her. Okay. Even more disturbing, Ortiz appears to say that when Rihanna dies, God will take Ortiz to her future. So she's actively wanting to destiny swap. Is that what you're hearing? She says that even more disturbing, Ortiz appears to say that when Rihanna dies, God will take Ortiz to her future. Another video uploaded on YouTube on January 21st, Ortiz seems to give a similar rant while holding the same book. On the second clip, Ortiz appears to liken Rihanna's face to the devil before delving into a tirade about homework. As you know, Ortiz was booked for attempted murder after allegedly firing multiple rounds into Rihanna's home from her car. She remains in custody on bail set at $10.2 million. Crazy, crazy work. This lady has dropped more social media than we can even have, like we can even look at. She's bananas. Let's just go down her Facebook page a little bit, see what's going on here. It's not, she has different content on both pages. Okay. Go figure. So she has all of her Bible content, her prayer and worship over on her YouTube page, but she's holding it in her picture over here. And then she has various.
Look at my legs. Look at my legs.
Look at that wig. What is going on here? Maybe she really wants to be somewhat of like a pop star and she has lost her mind. You know what I mean? Like she's lost it. And she's mad at Rihanna because Rihanna, I don't know, Rihanna's living her life.
Fuck with me, Cardi B. You're supposedly busy right now.
This is the woman she's talking about, Cardi B. Okay, let's.
My legs. Look at my legs.
You can't fuck with me, Cardi B. You're supposedly busy right now. You're supposedly busy right now. But you know who has the cutest outfit tonight? You know who's the cutest tonight? I am. I'm the cutest tonight. You ain't doing nothing to me. You ain't messing with me. You ain't messing with me.
That is like a 24-inch synthetic blonde. I don't think that's a haircut. That's just she's wearing a good old fashioned beauty store, beauty supply. $49.99. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's maybe 30 inches.
Ain't nobody pressed. Ivanna's not pressed. Is Cardi B pressed? Shardy B?
Do you see what she has on, y'all? Hold on. She has on like Wonder Woman briefs. Look at this. She has on a nude top, like a Kim Kardashian kind of nude Skims. And then on her bottom, you might not be able to see, but y'all, she has on like some sort of a blue. It's giving Wonder Woman. It's giving red and white stars brief and some sort of red stocking. Yeah, she looks like she could be walking around the Disney park.
Yeah.
Maybe she's stuck in some sort of cosplay nightmare. Do you see this? Look at you see the little pants now? Like a little brief.
What Cardi B had going on?
Okay, so she was getting ready to get into Cardi B. What was going on with that? We don't know. Okay. We don't know what's going on with her.
I'm what you can't stand to see.
Okay. We can't. At the end of the day, this lady is arrested. This is the lady that pulled up in front of Rihanna's house and put the whole family in danger and anybody else in that neighborhood. This is that girl. Okay. Something is wrong with her. Obviously, we'll keep up on this. I don't think she has mugshots Hold on. Girl, does she have mugshots? She's got plenty. Um Now, I don't think these are her LA mugshots. I think they pulled a bunch of mugshots. Let me look up Orange County Sheriff's Department. Let me see. Okay, so we already got the LA. Let me look up Orange County. Orange County Sheriff's Office. Orange County, Florida. Apparently they said she was Baker acted, she was held on a Baker hold. And what else? She lost custody of her child. I mean, do you imagine? I feel so, again, I mean, I'm always going to feel sorry for the kids. I feel really, really bad. Her daughter appears to be a teenager. Hold on. If this is her kid right here, we're just going to scroll down her. This is the one where she actually came for Rihanna in a comment. She actually @signed Bad Gal Riri. It's tagged to Bad Gal Riri. Are you there? Because I'm waiting for your AIDS 5-head self to say something to me directly instead of sneaking around like you talking to me where I'm not at. I don't understand. So she has worked up in her mind that she has beef. Girl, why did they pin her mugshots right here? Girl, Facebook is so funny to me. Look at the comments. Now the psycho can rot in prison. I feel bad for her daughter. Exactly. Let's look at this. Girl, these are two Orange County, one Volusia County. She can go ahead and add a LA PD to that one too. What is this? Oh, they're pinning some symptoms of psychosis and schizophrenia. Mm. Well, she's mentally ill. Obviously, there's something wrong. They're going to do a evaluation. At the end of the day, it's a good thing the children, the family, Rihanna, any workers, anybody on that property, and no one innocent was hurt. So luckily, I don't know if that's her kid or not, but they said she lost custody of her kid. I don't know. That looked like a possibility, but I don't know if that's her kid or not. But just someone on her page. Yeah, she's left a ton of social media, so I'm quite sure since TMZ was over there, like on such and such day she posted this, and then on such and such day she posted that. I'm sure someone has been spending a ton of time. Someone, 2, 3, or 4 are probably going through her social media and, finding everything that they need. Oh, maybe that's the little girl right there. Let's see. This is a post. I don't know if that's her or not, so we'll keep going. Is that her without a wig? 2017? Okay. Girl, I guess she thought she was getting away because she didn't lock down that feed. She looks normal there. I feel bad for her family that, all of this is on, you know what I mean? Like, She left a whole trail of her social media footprint for everyone to see. So anyway, okay, this is the lady who is responsible for terrorizing Rihanna and ASAP Rocky's house and those children, and she's been charged with attempted murder. And she's probably gonna regret what she did, I would imagine, when she wakes up from her haze that she's in right now. Yes, please hit the thumbs up for me. I appreciate it. Let's see. We need to find out who gave her the gun, because ain't no way. I wonder if she took it from Florida. I mean, she came from Florida. So if she came from Florida, she may have purchased it and drove across the country with it. There are on her Facebook, I didn't scroll by those, but there are she's in that Tesla. So if she, I don't know, maybe she got the Tesla in LA, but she may have driven across country with it, possibly. You know what I mean? So, oh, baby, terrible. Okay. All right. Okay, hold on a second. Let's see. I feel like I wanted to show. Oh, let me look up. So we saw the Orange County mugshots. We already saw those. I wonder what the cases were, but I'll look that up and then I'll circle back around with that. All right, let's take a look at this too really quick. Oh, okay. Let me tell you guys about this. So you guys know we talked about this. If you guys were here, we talked about this. I don't know. It's been over a month ago. This was the abuse situation that happened here in Charlotte. Y'all, they have been able to get Ben Crump on the case. Okay. Little Dominique Moody. If you remember, her mother, Ikea McKnight, came to the chat. I don't know. If you weren't here, you may not know what I'm talking about. But this is a severe abuse case, and Ben Crump is now working with the family. So let's hear what's going on. This is like a full report. So the three that were arrested and now charged with murder. If you're in members, there was a video and I drove past the house that was burned down to show you guys a little bit more. I need to go drive by there again and see what the house is doing if they took it all the way down. But soon after the three ladies got arrested for murder, it was like the next day, mysteriously, the house just up in flames. And then we did a live and I was telling you guys about it. And the mommy ended up in the chat and, wanted to defend and speak her piece because I had gone to the Charlotte Mecklenburg courts and I was looking up some of the paperwork and I found the paperwork regarding like the change of guardianship between herself and the woman who was subsequently arrested, Tanya McKnight. So anyway, everybody has court next week. I think I told you guys this. I may or may not have, but next week, all three are going to be in court. And I think it might be the preliminary hearing next week. I'll look it up, but all three of them are going to be in court on the 17th, 9:00 in the morning. And as will I. And the guy, Lorenza Inman, the guy who is being held for the murder of Freesia Baker, all of them have court on the 17th. So, baby, I will be there. But yeah, let's listen to this. I don't know how this happened, but maybe we'll hear. Ben Crump has now gotten involved with the family because you remember when Ikea McKnight came to our live, she told us basically she had gotten tricked. She said that she had never been served. And somehow Dominique was either adopted or the guardianship was turned over. But let's listen to the report and then I'll bubble up the link to that particular live that we did where Dominique Moody's mom actually came to our chat and came up to the panel and talked to us for a bit to tell us what happened. And let's get into it.
Rights attorney Ben Crump and his legal team, joined by Dominique Moody, is calling out child welfare agencies and questioning how warning signs were missed before her death. So Dominique Moody, she was only 6-year-old when she was found in December, unresponsive in a home that the people there had a legal guardianship of her. So authorities are asking, what happened here? Her family are wondering what happened. And so is a civil rights attorney, Ben Crump. Now we know she had multiple signs of injuries, abuse, and severe neglect. 3 people have been arrested. Jesse Pierre has been following this case extensively. And Jesse, what did her parents have to say today and Ben Crump?
Megan. So Dominique Moody's mom was there, a couple of family members, as well as Ben Crump and the attorney, his legal team. And overall, they're just really questioning how warning signs were missed. The 6-year-old was found 27 pounds, 3 feet, they say. She had broken bones. She had bruises all over her body. We do know from court records that she was forced to live in a cage, that she had different signs of like being taped up from her wrist and different parts of her body because she was taped or restrained with duct tape at times. And so we're thinking of a child who was placed in the legal care of a family member. And so the question is, where are the check and balances, right? Where were social services or any child welfare agencies as far as just checking on this child? But also there are several reports to different agencies or child welfare agencies that the attorneys and legal teams say were called during the time that Dominique lived with her legal guardian and other adults. There were actually other children in the home. There were also several 911 calls to the home for various reasons. And so they're just really wondering how all of these different things didn't connect together to have a real check or welfare check of the child or other children in the home. Even in the court records, they note months, maybe over a year of abuse and neglect. She was malnourished. She was food was kept away from her so that as a form of punishment. Again, I mentioned how little of weight she weighed. There's also that she was forced to live in a dog cage. And so it's a very horrific case. And so right now, attorneys are demanding answers from county and state child welfare services. They believe that the system that was meant to protect her failed her. And they're really questioning accountability here in all of this. And so they want to know what happened to Dominique Moody altogether, but they also want to know what went wrong because they want to prevent this from happening to any other children.
And, reading these court documents, it's absolutely disturbing. I did read through them. I know, Jesse, you have as well. It is interesting to me. And I'm sure folks at home are wondering this too about her parents, her mother specifically, because I know that she did speak. I'm sure the mother is rightfully upset that someone else was watching her child. But what did she have to say, about this, that the child wasn't with her and with somebody else and she was, taken from her?
So, her Dominique's birth mother, Ikea McKnight, she went through some hard times, and so her child was placed in a family member's care, someone she trusted. And during that time, unfortunately, she was abused and neglected. At this point, she's just saying that her daughter didn't deserve this, that she feels like more should have been done to protect her child. She says that she has taken several efforts to get her child back on top of it all. And so for it to end the way it did is just horrific. horrific, it's tragic, and it's sad. She's heartbroken. Her family's heartbroken. Another family member who is actually a mortician is the one who actually embalmed her and prepared Dominique for her funeral. And he just said, like, she had bruises from head to toe, and just how difficult of a task it was to even prepare her for a 6-year-old child for a funeral, because of how badly battered her body was. He mentioned that she had broken fingernails, saying that, those are all signs of survival, her trying to get out of the cage, different things like that he noted on her body. And, it's just devastating all around for the family and for everyone who has been involved in this case.
Absolutely. Absolutely terrifying. Thank you so much, Jesse, for taking the time to talk with us today.
Absolutely.
Y'all, terrible, right? So, this happened in Charlotte, actually. I just dropped the link. Let me pin it. If you click on this, so we did a live about this happening, and the mom, IKEA, actually called into the live, and we talked to her. I'm trying to see if they did a press conference yesterday. It sounds like they did, but I just can't seem to find it. But let me pin this in the chat. So, let me pin this. But I did another live that is in members doing a follow-up about it. I'll probably have a more detailed follow-up next week when they go to court. There's a hearing next week where all 3 of the abusers are showing up. Just one second, let me find this. But yeah, just a second, let me click on this. I'll bubble it up on my community wall, but here it is. If you're in the chat, and you're watching upon the replay, there it is. And but yeah, go check it out. It's a very sad story. I read the complaint in the live. I read the police complaint. Also, before, I guess what made the mom call in, I was reading some documents regarding Dominique Moody's placement with Tanya McKnight, which Tanya McKnight, let me show you, Tanya, Taryn, and Susan. There's Tanya McKnight, who was the legal guardian. Taryn is Tanya's daughter, and Susan is a friend, and they all live together. Now, they had a bunch of other kids in the house. Now, why was Dominique with Tanya? Tanya was the wife of IKEA's brother or stepbrother or something like that. And he passed away. So that's how they have this familial connection. But IKEA and Tanya are not related. They were related by marriage, but the spouse has since passed. IKEA was going through it, and she was out on the streets. I read the report at the time, so if you want that detail, I'm not going to repeat it right now because the lady is going through it, so I don't want to repeat too much. But she was going through it, and she was on the streets, and all that encompasses with being out on the streets. And Tanya and her husband, I guess at the time, decided to, they were helping out. But my opinion, it sounded like a check. It just sounded like the unfortunate situation that we hear about these children who end up falling through the cracks because somebody wants a check. And you may have a child that's a little bit more to handle. And you also have people who are just not really fit to be taking care of children based on the type of parenting and the things that they are doing. And according to IKEA, she said that she never got notified. She had no idea that basically the guardianship had turned over to the point of like an adoption. She said she had never gotten notified. also, when I read the document, I think she said that was the first that she had heard of it. And and based on what Tanya McKnight wrote on her affidavit as to why she wanted full guardianship or to be able to adopt the little girl, she said that was actually her sister. They're not blood related at all. And also she stated that she hadn't heard from her, which according to IKEA, that wasn't necessarily true. Like, you're going to have to go listen to it. She came up and talked for about 30-40 minutes. And I definitely want to get an update from her as to how they got connected with Ben Crump and hear anything else she might have to offer. But we went live one day and she was girl. It's like, you never know. Sometimes family members, especially, are listening in the bushes. And like I said, I was reading some of the documentation and she wanted to stand up for herself and say her piece about what was actually going on at the time versus the documentation that I was reading. And she gave her part. I mean, she was in a bad way and was out on the streets. And these were some family members who stood up and said that they were going to help. But what I think happened was it became a check and these people were abusive. And I think the woman, Tanya, may have also had some substance abuse problems going on as well. And, she just, I mean, at the end of the day, that lady was clearly not fit. Anybody who thinks that a viable option to manage and control and parent a child includes dog cages and things of that nature is out of their mind. Also, the condition of the home was on some uninhabitable in the home. According to social services, allegedly, and this was a visit prior to them removing all of the children from the home after Dominique was deceased, that there had been a social services person there. There were rats, roaches, all kinds of, like rodents, just no food. It was not clean. It was just a mess. And I don't know. Like I said, I did a drive by the house and I literally drove past it because it didn't even register to me that I was driving past a house until I went down into the cul-de-sac, realized, well, I must have passed it. And I went back and I was like, oh my God. Not only did the house look a mess, but like I said, within 24 to 48 hours after the 3 adults that were living there got arrested, somehow, let me find it for you guys. The house was set completely ablaze and done. Hold on a second. Y'all, it was crazy. Let's see. Are they going to show the fire here? And also, I think I posted something about it. I did. It's on my community wall that the Charlotte Fire Department, once they released their investigation regarding the fire, and they said that it was under suspicious. Like, they feel that it was set purposefully. So it's not like just the house was in bad condition and just all of a sudden just went ablaze when they left. They believe that it was set under suspicious circumstances. So somebody went and set that damn house on fire to probably try to cover up evidence. There probably was some evidence or something that they didn't want to be found. And yeah, just bad. Okay, just one second, guys. I'll pull this up.
This 6-year-old's grandmother believes a system meant to protect her actually failed her. Tomorrow will mark 2 weeks since police found Dominique Moody.
This is the house. It's bad. But this is before it got burned down.
Dead inside an East Charlotte house. 3 women are sitting in jail tonight charged in this case. Prosecutors say they could end up charging one of the suspects with murder by torture.
All 3 of them got murder charges. Tanya had a $2 million bond. All bonds have been revoked and they're all remanded into custody. Everybody has a murder charge.
Channel 9's Hunter Science is live for us this evening, and Hunter, loved ones told you they had tried to get custody back.
Yeah, Hannah, they, of course, understandably are beside themselves, especially after prosecutors detailed how their little precious Dominique died roughly 2 weeks ago. And tonight, her grandmother and great-grandmother tell me they believe this all could have been prevented.
For the first time since the gruesome details about Dominique Moody's death, we are hearing from those who adored her.
She was always happy, always smiling. She loved her, even though she was small. She knew who her family was. She was loved.
Ivanna Moody is the 6-year-old's grandmother. She says a few years ago, Dominique's mother fell on hard times and sent her child to stay here at this East Charlotte home with Tanya McKnight. Prosecutors said,
Girl, and she looks like a nightmare.
She was Dominique's legal guardian.
She trusted her. She trusted the wrong person.
But this house is where prosecutors say unthinkable horrors played out. Detectives allege McKnight often bound Dominique in duct tape and forced the child to live in a dog cage for days at a time, leaving her unable to walk properly. And when she died nearly 2 weeks ago, the 6-year-old was just 27 pounds and had several cuts and broken ribs. Detectives believe the abuse was going on for more than a year and a half.
You know, I hurt, but she's not in no more pain anymore. But it's hard. It's hard for me to sleep sometimes, you know. Every time I close my eyes, I see my baby suffering. I just can't believe it.
Dominique Moody's loved ones say they tried to get her back in their custody, and they believe the system built to protect children failed.
They're supposed to go in the person's home and check. Yep. They didn't do none of it.
And I can't believe anybody doing welfare checks on that address could think that that house, I mean, everybody's house is not pristine. Let's just be real. But I cannot imagine that a child protective, and I think child protective services had been out there. I can't imagine that anybody going up to that house, because I could see it just from the street, that that house was a fucking mess. Okay. The property was horrible. And you could see them just right here. Look at this. And there were visible signs of all kinds of insects and rodents. I don't think they had heat. When this happened, I think it was like December, January, and it was cold. This has been a cold winter for us. I mean, it might not be cold by, up north standards, but it's been cold for us, and cold to be outside and cold to not have heat. And this is a house full of children with no heat. And I don't know if the water was even running. Like, it was bad. It was very, very bad. The kids were absolutely living in horrible conditions, and Dominique was being treated like the outcast, the worst. And she was being severely abused. That's why all 3 adults in the home are being charged, because whether you put hands on her or not, they stood by and let it happen. And there's really nothing to say that all 3 did not participate. If not all 3, definitely the main one, Tanya, definitely. But yeah, they all have the same affidavit. So I read the affidavit out. The person who said you sent IKEA the link when that time that we were live, is that what you're saying? But yeah, I was really surprised to hear that Ben Crump had gotten involved, which is great because, we've heard this across the country. We've seen how many cases where CPS has been involved. People are taking in children, and they're supposed to be trusted safe harbor for children who may be in need of some sort of temporary safeguarding, and they've gotten themselves into a worse situation. And some of these kids don't even make it. The kids don't make it because they're in just a horrible set of circumstances. So, also, like they said, the mom said she was trying to get the kids back, but I think there was like basically a formal, I'm not going to say there was a formal adoption, but it seems as though there was paperwork that was filed that really in theory may have even relinquished custody. So once Tanya McKnight had full custody of Dominique, I guess, I mean, it was going to be a legal battle, but unfortunately Dominique is now no longer here for her mom to fight for her like that. So now it's, now it's going to be on the back end, unfortunately. So it's really sad. The funeral is actually online. I've been keeping up with this kind of behind the scenes. But if you guys want to hear and see more about it, definitely. But I'll be in court next week when they're in court. I got to go see what the update is, because oftentimes this stuff doesn't get televised. So, but yeah, Sharon, Susan Richardson, and Tanya and Taryn will all be this trio right here, girl. They will all be in court next week on the 17th. Okay. The death of Dominique Moody. Just slide the bar back. If you want more detail on it, shits and giggles, click the link that's pinned above. We did a full live on it and a lot more details. So regarding like the guardianship, I went into some of that. IKEA, the mommy called in. I read the police report, all of that. And then next week, this time next week, so a week from today, they all have court. So I'll have a follow-up on that next week, but it's terrible. Oh, let me see if I can find the one with the fire. Hold on. Y'all see this house. It's crazy. Let me see. I'll pull up my video when I drove by. Oh, the video of Ben Crump. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to tag all of them just so I don't lose it. Okay, let's see if this is going to give us some more Crump backstory.
Attorneys has entered the fight for justice in the brutal death of a girl from Charlotte.
Our investigative team has been on this case since the very
Well,
beginning.
look at the house. You see the middle is like missing. Now it's burned out and gutted.
Exclusively uncovering repeated failures by those responsible for child safety in Mecklenburg County.
Investigative reporter Naomi Coles has more on today's developments, and she joins us here live in the studio. Naomi.
John, civil rights attorney Ben Crump is calling on the county for action. I spoke to Crump's team today, and I'm told that it was our investigation into this child's death that brought them here to town.
I just want to say my baby didn't deserve what was done to her.
5 reports from Child Protective Services, nearly 50 calls for police.
This is evidence of a system failure.
Our reporting has shown how none of it ultimately made a difference before Dominique Moody's brutal death in December.
The county, Mecklenburg County, owed a duty to this little child, Dominique Moody. The state of North Carolina owed a duty to this little child, Dominique Moody.
Dominique was 6 years old, about to turn 7.
Dominique's great uncle and a funeral director was at Monday morning's press conference with Ben Crump.
She stood only 3 feet tall, weighed 27 pounds.
J. Vernon Peterson has told our team before about the shocking discoveries his embalming team discovered on her body that dated back years.
She fought to get out of that crate. The bruises on her body were from head to toe. There were broken bones.
While 3 women have been charged in Dominique's death, Mecklenburg County's role at the home before she died continues to be shrouded in secrecy. They've denied our request for information that the law requires them to release, denials that we continue to push back on.
I'm afraid if the media wasn't doing their job so thoroughly that this would have simply been swept under the rug.
Naomi Coles joining us at the desk now, and no matter how many times we talk about this case, it's just heartbreaking every single time. So I feel like I know the answer to this question, but why have you been pursuing this case so thoroughly?
The stakes couldn't be higher. This isn't just about Dominique Moody. It is, but it isn't. It's about every child in Mecklenburg County that we pay the Mecklenburg County Social Services Department to care for and to provide safety for. We know this home was on their radar. We know that it was on their radar not once, but 5 times. This is what we're paying them to do, the taxpayers of Mecklenburg County, and this isn't just about her. This is about every child who is potentially in danger that they are responsible for intervening for.
And so they never pulled her from that home despite knowing
5
something
CPS reports,
so
absolutely.
What is the county saying about all this?
Well, they've changed their story a few times. They've said at first that the laws prevent them from commenting at all on their involvement. I went and found a law that said differently in North Carolina, where they are required to release certain information. And where we're at right now is they have denied that request again. We are still evaluating that claim. They claim that the ongoing criminal case is preventing them from releasing the information. We believe that stance is inconsistent with how they've handled requests in the past and how other counties are interpreting this law right now. So it's a little bit of a waiting game. We are very much still on this.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here because someone or something needs to be held responsible.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of lackadaisical something going on here. It's just a shame.
It's heartbreaking.
It really is.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Naomi. Well, at noon, we reported attorney Ben Crump had filed a lawsuit in connection with the death of 6-year-old Dominique. That was incorrect, and we do apologize for that.
Okay, so they haven't filed the lawsuit yet, but we'll see. But he's I guess speaking on their behalf and I guess trying to find out like what the heck's going on. Hold on a second. Let me see. Where is that video when I went over there? Let's see. Was this that? Hold on a second, guys. Just bear with me a second. No, this isn't it. Hold on. I will find it. Okay, this is it right here. Okay, hold on. Let me pull this one up. Okay. So this, I put this video up January 7th. This lives in members, but we'll go ahead and play it. Let's see, give you some more information. But like I said, they'll be in court next week, so I'll be following up. Hold on.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Real Talk Bougie. Guys, real quick, I am over here posted up at the Home Depot. I'm off of Albemarle Road. I'm in East Charlotte, and I'm getting ready to drive to the neighborhood where Tanya McKnight, Taryn McKnight, and Susan Lee Robinson were living, and drive past the house that burned down. Yesterday, we talked to IKEA, Miss Kiki Moody, the mommy of Miss Dominique, the young baby who passed away. And I wanted to go see the remnants of the burnt house, the house that caught on fire and burned all the way down. So let's get into it. All right, let me just prop you guys up and turn you guys around. Let's see. Okay, let me get myself situated. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to start driving and we're going to go. I actually looked this up on Google Maps before I came out, so I pretty much know exactly where to go, I think. Y'all, I'm old school with maps, so I just kind of went and looked at everything, and I feel like I know exactly where to go. So let's get into it. Y'all, There's a lot of people, a lot of foot traffic in this area. Okay. I just want to make sure that when we get to where we're going, we're going to see what we need to see. Uh-oh, somebody on a bicycle. Okay.
Let me just say this. They kind of live, as you can see, they kind of live in an area. It's not rural per se, but it's not like it's more, if there was a more little rural part, this area was a little,
we are in Charlotte, but we are in like the back part of East Charlotte. If anyone's in the Charlotte area, we are
okay, yeah, anyone who's in this area, you know where we're at.
Over here off of Albemarle Road, right before it goes into 485. So you guys have an idea of where we're going
Okay, so
here.
right here, I should have taken a right, but I took a left. I'm gonna spare you that part. And then I had to turn around because I realized I was like, I think I'm lost, and I had to turn around. So let me, if you want to watch the whole thing, I'll drop the link to it if you have not seen this.
We're gonna find it this time. I feel like I needed to.
I got a
turn
little
down
lost, so
Eisenheimer.
let's go back.
We gonna get it this time. Something like that. Oh,
Okay.
okay. Okay. So it was down Boswell and not. Okay, Boswell.
Yes, I could have very easily had maps on, but I don't know. I hate driving with that thing. I like to find out where I'm going, and I just like to wing it in the car. I know that's weird, but I don't like driving with the assisted operator.
Okay, here we go down Boswell. Oh, I think this is the. Okay, we're going on Gwynn Circle now. Gwynn Circle, is a cul-de-sac. You see, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this or not, but it says no outlet. So I'm gonna go past the house, and then I'm going to turn around. It's like we're in the country, y'all. And it's like we're in the country. So it looks very rural and woodsy down here, for that reason. Okay. I mean, there are some new homes. I'm sure someone is going to be happy to buy that lot. Like right here, these are some new houses. You'll probably see them on the way out. There's a couple of.
Okay, so just make note. I'm driving down. I didn't even notice. This looked like a big vacant lot to me, but the burnt house is right here. It's actually right here in those trees. I drove past. I didn't even see it.
New homes, but it's a little rural down here. Okay.
I didn't even notice it. I was busy talking, but that's the house right there.
I feel like we're gonna come up on that house soon.
I feel like I feel like we're coming up on the house soon as I'm passing it.
We're probably gonna pass it before we. Oh shit, girl, we passed it because baby, I'm at the cul-de-sac. Okay, we passed it that quick. I was either looking at the wrong side, baby. Oh. Okay, where's the house? I went right past it. Is it totally demolished? Is it? Girl, we went right past it. Oh my God. Do you see this? It is totally demolished. Okay? Totally demolished. I can't, girl, we went right past it. I don't know who stays out here.
It was awful. It was awful to even look at.
So we're not going to park.
And I was kind of nervous about staying on the road because I didn't know, there's lots of neighborhoods where you could it could be like 5 families. It could be like 5 members of one family living on the block. I didn't know who was down there. Also, keep in mind, I had just read that the fire was under investigation, and they had ruled it under suspicious circumstances. So if you got like an arsonist, I'm not saying the arsonist lives in the neighborhood. I'm not saying anything about anybody that lives in that neighborhood. All I'm saying is this: I didn't know what was what, so I went in and I circled right on out. Okay.
But girl,
because if you're gonna burn down houses,
it is
baby,
a
I don't need to know
complete,
you.
it's a complete and total loss. The house needs to be gutted, okay? The house needs to be gutted. I don't know if you could see that or not. My God. Okay. What I'm gonna say is that this is a very private street. It's very much giving a little bit rural. There's 2 new houses right here on either side, like brand new construction. That house is obviously going to be torn down. I don't know if the people are going to sell their property. Are they going to rebuild a house? Was that Miss Tanya's land? I do not know, or her own property. I'm not really sure. I didn't want to stop too hard. But my God, that house is a total loss. I went past it initially and did not even, it didn't even register that was a house. Coming back and seeing the house was absolutely like, what the fuck? The house is totally destroyed and nobody can live there. So if there was evidence there regarding the treatment, the unaliving of this child, baby, it's gone. It's absolutely gone. You guys saw it. To me, this seems like one of these type of neighborhoods where you could have a whole family living on the block. That's why I didn't want to carry on too long, because you just never know who's where, who's watching in the bushes, who lives across the street, who's got a shotgun. Baby, this is North Carolina, so I'm not going to play too much in front of people's houses. So, but yeah, that's that on that. Interesting, right? Tell me what you guys think. We do have a couple of things to talk about regarding Tanya, Taryn, and Susan. Both of them were indicted yesterday. I'm waiting for the indictments to post on the North Carolina e-portal. But yeah.
I hadn't read the indictments to you guys, so if you guys want the indictments, I can pull down the indictments. What time is it? It's about 1 hour and a half. Okay, so next time we talk, or I can come back, we can read the indictments. Make sure if you're interested in this story, click the link. Check out that live. Like I said, the mom of the child who was murdered, because these ladies have been charged with murder. They haven't been convicted of murder, but they're charging them. They have determined that Dominique was murdered, thus the murder charges, and they've all been indicted. At the time of this video, it had just been Tanya and Susan who were indicted for murder, and I think the following day, Taryn, who is Tanya's daughter, was. So it's like I said, they'll all be in court next week. Let me look it up real fast and see what the hearing is next week. Let's see. I mean, we've talked about it so many times. I mean, we know that there has been a problem with CPS, and that's across the country. There have been a lot of children who have been in harm's way and who have not gotten the services and protection that they needed. It's time for some questions to be answered. You know what I mean? Like, we're paying for this service, and these children it's just heartbreaking to hear these stories of these children. And it's sad because the investigations happen. The adults are skilled at lying. And I mean, this week, what Jarvis Butts is going to be sentenced this week. There were numerous CPS cases in Wayne County in Detroit area, and she did speak. She did tell them that something happened, but nothing came of it. When they interviewed him, he lied, and it's just sad. It's really sad. Let's see. So the hearing. Okay. All right, the hearing for why is my screen? 1 second, guys. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. So they changed. Let me make sure. Oh, so now is it 4-2? Okay, hers is now. I'm glad I checked that. So now it's 4-2. 4-2 at 9:30. When's 4-2? That's a month away. Four-two administrative here. I'm still gonna go. Okay, so 4-2. So it's not next week. I guess that got canceled. I'm gonna have to check all of them because they all may have different dates. I don't know if they're trying to separate them or keep them all together. I'm not really sure how they're doing that. So, and some of those things you just won't hear about unless you're going to the hearings and listening to everything. But yeah, they were charged with first-degree murder. Is this just the murder case? Oh, you know what? They still might have court next week. It might be the child endangerment one. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay. So on April 2nd is the murder administrative hearing. And then this one, let's see. Is that 319? So they've got separate cases. So there's the murder case. So they gave them two individual cases. There's the one case with the murder charge. Then there's a whole separate case with the child abuse, misdemeanor, 1, 2, 3, 4 counts of misdemeanor child abuse. And then the felony child abuse here. Okay, so they did as two separate cases. So they're in court next week for that. For the child abuse case, the murder case has court. Now I got to keep up with both because I thought they had added to the original case, but they kept it as two separate cases. So, and that's Tanya. And they pretty much look identical. If you guys want to go, and I'll read the affidavit again, the indictments next time we meet. But if you want to hear some of the preliminary stuff, go to that link that is linked above. Thank you so much. Oh, you're fine. Thank you for dropping through. Thank you for dropping your milestone. Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. But you know what? I'm glad the family got in touch with Ben Crump because Ben Crump will shine a light. And at the end of the day, when things go unchecked, I don't want to say abuses happen, but like I said, there's another case in Charlotte that I'm following. The guy who was the foster care dad, Miss Sharon, Mr. Lee Twan Tate, who was taking advantage of boys that were under his foster care. And he was abused of some inappropriate sexual contact with these individuals. And this guy was also a freaking bus driver. Okay. And so these kids are under the care and custody of foster care systems. So obviously they're known to probably CPS, the foster care system. These are kids that are in the system being assigned for safe harbor to someone's home. And they go to the home and guess what? They're being sexually assaulted. So that's another case that I'm following here in Charlotte. Just a mess. It went viral because the man was in a wig. Okay. He's in the men's dorm, so I'm not trying to be disrespectful. He goes by Miss Sharon. He's being housed in the male dorm. His name is Lee Twan Tate. So just take it how I'm saying it. It is what it is. But I think when his pictures posted, it kind of went viral, and maybe for that reason. And also he was a bus driver, and it was like the beginning of the school year, and I think people were just shocked and mortified. Also that this guy was, what are his exact charges? Let me, just in case, because girl, hold on. I'll give you guys his exact charges. Just a second. But he's on no bond too. So just a second. I was about to say, is it Thursday? But it's only Tuesday, but they're out cutting the grass. Okay. Is this it? Did he pick up a new charge? It might be this one, 2026. I feel like, okay, let's see if it was this one. Okay, so this is his, indecent liberties with a child. That's the one count. I think there's another one. So looks like, I'll show you his picture just to refresh y'all's memory. And then there is the multi-count of the indecent liberties, 1, 2, 3 counts, statutory rape, indecent liberties with a child, just a whole full mess. And this guy was a foster care dad. Now, I can't say that the victims were all residents in his foster care, but this is what I'm saying. He was a foster care dad and had been assigned children. And according to the statement by the district attorney, it led me to believe that the charges were a result of potentially a couple of the residents under his care and custody. I think it would be safe to assume that because based on one of the now that I'm thinking back about what she said, and then there were friends that would come over too of these kids. These were like, middle school to high school age boys. And he was taking full advantage of the situation. Terrible, right? So I'm only talking about that to say this. There does need to be some oversight of these agencies that are trying to, that are supposed to be working for the protection of children. And I know that they're probably doing the best that they can. It's just sad that these kids are being placed in more danger than they were in when they were at home. By no way am I saying that they should be left where they were. But they got to do a better job of screening and making sure that these placements are safe, because these children are, they have to go to school, they have to learn, they want to live their life. These kids, they deserve better than what they're getting. And it's just absolutely horrible that they're just, we've seen it in many cities that there needs to be some oversight to these agencies, because one is just too many and it's just a lot. So hold on a second, I'll pull him up. We're talking about Lee Twan Tate. Hold on, I'll show you his jacket. And I'll show you his picture, because his jacket's not gonna mean anything to you. Let me pull up the picture. Y'all remember seeing him? Hold on. The person in the wig. And he's in the male dorm in Mecklenburg County. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to not misidentify anyone, but he was known as a school bus driver and the kids called him Miss Sharon. Miss Sharon was also a foster care parent, and he was abusing children that were in his foster care custody. Okay. Hold on, let me go to this. He's been accused of, let me say it like that. But he's been remanded into custody. He doesn't have bond. Yeah. Girl, in person is a fool, okay? I went to one of his hearings last month. It's in Members, so baby. It turned out I was sitting next to his family the whole entire time, so I put my remarks in Members. So if you want to hear what I had to say about that, baby. He's got court again soon. I need to check all the cases I'm following here in Charlotte, because they will change a court date on you. So I'm going to go to court to the father that whooped ass outside of the courtroom on the 5th floor of the guy who's out on bond for killing his son. I think it's Shaheen Spate. I think he goes to court like in a couple of weeks. I'll be there for that too. If you saw it went viral, a fight in the courthouse. Yeah. Girl, the boogeyman. Absolutely. You guys hit the like button for me. I so appreciate it. We'll follow up. You guys, don't think I forgot. You guys asked me about Carly Russell, and I just haven't had a chance to get like a full update for you just yet, but I'm working on it. Hi, Bible lady. Hey, boo boo. How are you? But I'm working on it. I'll have something for you. What I do know is that she has not paid very much in her restitution. Not a lot at all. And the thing is, she's got court coming up real soon. The other thing, if you guys are following, which it's not being televised, there's no cameras in the courtroom, is the guy. Hold on a second. All right. I'm going to talk to you guys about it when I come back. Ibrahim, the guy, the Anaya Blanchard case, if you guys remember when Carly Russell went missing, remember the mom who brought her whole team out to come and help with Carly Russell, and her daughter had just been murdered? Well, that trial had not even happened yet. She's been waiting all of these years. Her daughter was 19 when she was abducted and murdered, and Anaya Blanchard, and the case is going on right now. They just had opening statements and everything yesterday. So I'm just reading the updates. There's no cameras in the courtroom, and there is a gag order from anyone from the case talking about the case. Now, if you're a reporter, you can write about the case. So there was like a really good update on what happened in court yesterday. So I don't know if any of you guys are keeping up with that, or you remember when Anaya went missing, but I think it was roughly about a month for them to find her. Remains, they found her, and all of that. But one of the things that pissed the people off of the community so much was that Anaya Blanchard's mother and the concerned citizens who were experienced with searching at that time deployed to help Carly Russell's family, and it was a damn hoax. That's why the people were so mad, because they do this with love, because Anaya Blanchard was abducted and she also was killed, and Carly was out here playing, and these people have been through trauma, and they deployed to go help the Russell family, and they were on some shits. You know what I'm saying? So that's why people are very mad still at Carly Russell, because of the Anaya Blanchard case. So the person who is accused of killing Anaya Blanchard is actually in court now, and this is a long-awaited trial. And the judge is trying to treat this with kid gloves, so that nothing interferes with due process, because the guy's maintaining his innocence. But anywho, I guess we'll get to hear more about it, as time goes on. So I don't know if any of you guys are following that case. Anywho, you guys have a good afternoon. I will talk to you guys later. If there's anything you want me to talk about or anything you want me to know about, just hit me up on Instagram or send me an email. All my information is in the description box. Okay. All right, you guys. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good afternoon, guys. See you later. Bye.